Hello and welcome back to the Astrocartography Travels vlog. I am here, oh my god, it's me Helena popping on, your world traveling Samantha Brown travel co-host for the Astrocartography Travels here on YouTube. Now I'm waiting for Netflix, Paramount, Bravo, all of you shows to reach out to me because I'm ready for the show. I'm ready to travel around the world and teach astrocartography. Dating show, I've got lots of ideas, so reach out to me. But right now I am in Santorini, Greece on my Mars Ascendant line. And this is a place that I always love to come to when I'm ready to initiate something in my life. It is my most challenging planet in my birth chart, and I would never want to live on my Mars line. Being a day chart, having Mars in Aries, this is a place where a lot of challenges can come up for me. However, when I'm in the middle of a launch, when I am launching a program that I'm really proud of and I need to get the word out there on it, I come to my Mars line. I did this last year when I came to Santorini, Greece on my Mars line. I launched the first round, the first cohort of the Relocation Astrology certification happened literally here in Santorini, Greece, right where I'm back. And now I'm launching round 2. So you may be wondering, what can I expect going to a Mars line when I'm traveling to one on my astrocartography map? Well, Mars in astrology represents courage, initiation, leadership, gumption, and taking action in your life. This is a great place to go to if you want to activate more courage, more initiative, and more action. So if you want to launch a business, if you want to launch a product, if you want to have more courage, tap into more confidence and do something and feel very active every day, the Mars line is going to be a great place for you to travel. This also goes for people that are into hiking, scuba diving, sports, ATVing, rock climbing. If you're into outdoor activities and are a very active person, you're gonna love traveling to your Mars line because Mars will give you a lot of that fire. Now, one thing you're gonna wanna know about though with Mars is Mars does represent anger, hostility, aggression, war, battle. Mars is the lesser malefic in astrology, and the two malefics in astrology are Saturn and Mars. So these planets on your map, when you see these planetary lines, they are gonna bring more challenges, more effort, more work, more hard work. So just know that if you are going to go to a Mars line, you might want to work more. You might feel more driven, more ambitious. Just something to note when you're thinking about going to a Mars line. And also just note, this really depends on your birth chart. Do you have a day chart or a night chart? And also, what are the aspects being made to your Mars in your chart? Your Mars story is going to be very different from my Mars story. My Mars is trining the moon. It's sextiling Venus. It is making a square to Uranus, making a square to Neptune, right? So I'm going to be getting a lot more flavor, a lot more different stories with my Mars line than you would. This is why being a good astrologer first and being able to read charts, being able to read a planet and a planetary condition within a birth chart is so important before you decide to become an astrocartographer. These are people's lives we're talking about. We're telling people where to live, where to travel, where to go. And that's why it's so important that you be able to read the condition of a planet in someone's chart before telling them where to go. Now, there are other things that are important when it comes to locational astrology as well, like parents. And so, for instance, here in Santorini, I have a Mercury-Pluto paran. Definitely not my favorite. This is a line that a lot of clients will tell me they find themselves overthinking, or there's just this weird undercurrent of Plutonian energy. It feels a little awkward. It feels a little eerie. It feels a little on edge slightly. And it's not intense for me here, but there's definitely this soft undercurrent of, reading too much into what I'm saying, or needing to reread things, think more clearly about things before I post, or just research more heavily into something. Mercury-Pluto is so good for critical thinking, research, journalism, detective work. And I've been having a lot of fun just tracking my transits, looking at celebrities' astrology as I've been seeing news come out, seeing celebrity new albums come out, and I'm looking at the astrology and seeing what's going on in their charts. So that's kind of a nice way to use the Mercury-Pluto, but definitely not my favorite paran to be on. And so There are things I like about being here in Greece on my Mars ascendant line with the Mercury-Pluto Perrin, but there's also a lot of things that are challenging. And one other thing you've got to look at, aside from the aspect lines and the midpoints, but one of the biggest things is the relocation chart. And so with my relocated chart here in Greece, I am an Aries rising with Mars on the ascendant, and I have the sun in the second house. So we have a huge shift of a story here when I come out to Greece, very similar to the story when I'm in Italy. So I recommend watching my Rome vlog where I talk with you about relocation charts, and I talk to you about how I use my favorite phone app on my phone, Astro Gold, to use the maps feature as I'm traveling to see what's shifting. But very interesting how the story really shifts when I come out here, all because of that relocation chart. In the certification program, we go deep into what you should look into for the best possible placements for a relocation chart. You know, if you want to move somewhere, you definitely want to pick a strong relocated chart for what you desire, what your goals are. And of course, there's going to be positions, houses where planets are, where it's going to be more favorable for you. If you want to go more in depth on relocation charts, all of the Perrin lines, every single meaning of all the Perrin lines, I absolutely do not share that on YouTube. No, I've spent so much of my life studying this, investing in this, my time, my money, my knowledge, mentorship, courses, living this, traveling to around the world, working with over 2,500 clients to get so much of this knowledge. And so if you do want to learn this from me, you can always check out my courses. The certification is the live program, which is the one with the live courses, the live class calls, the business modules, as well as the test assessments, quizzes, and the Relocation Astrologer Rolodex. But if none of that is of interest to you, then the Relocation Astrology course is for you if you just want to get the Perrin line meanings, get the understanding of the relocation chart, and you can get that at any time in the year. You can get that for the 597, which you can find down below. The Relocation Astrology course is the one that I always recommend to everyone because it has everything included, all the Perrin lines, relocation charts, etc. But the certification is the program that's for astrologers. I wanted to share with you all of this from here on my Mars line in Santorini, Greece, having the after effects of this Virgo new moon. I felt so good yesterday, and today I'm like, ooh, recovery from that new moon. Wow. Whew, let's get ready, gang. Let's get ready. If you watch this video all the way to the end, be sure to leave the sailboat emoji because I'm seeing so many sailboats out here. Comment sailboat emoji so I know how many of you stuck around to the end. All right. Have a great rest of your day from here. I hope you guys enjoy the view from my Mars ascendant line here in Santorini, Greece, and I'll see you in the next video here on YouTube. Have a magical day.